So dear students, in continuation of yesterday's chapter, I will give you two other problems for your homework. So write down the first problem, 0.05 molar KOH potassium hydroxide solution offers a resistance of 1.6 ohms. That means 31.6 ohm in a conductivity cell of cell constant 0.367 centimeter minus 1 at 298 Kelvin. So start. Calculate the molar conductance of the solution. Molar conductance of the solution is lambda. So in this problem, concentration of the solution is given, resistance R is given 31.6 ohms, and then cell constant is given. Cell constant equals 0.367 centimeter minus 1. You have to calculate kappa. That means you have to calculate specific conductance or conductivity, and then concentration is given, that is C is equal to 0.05 moles. 0.05 moles. Then first determine the specific conductance. Specific conductance kappa is equal to what? Cell constant divided by resistance. Cell constant divided by resistance, that is cell constant divided by R. Then you have to calculate molar conductance. Lambda m is equal to kappa into 1000 divided by C. So you will get Siemens centimeter square mole minus 1. So you get molar conductance, molar conductivity lambda m in Siemens centimeter mole minus 1. So this is the first problem. So I will give you another problem, problem number 2 for homework. Resistance of a conductivity cell. Resistance of a conductivity cell fit with 0.1 molar KCl is 100 ohms. So this is the resistance of the KCl solution. Start. If the resistance of the same solution, if the resistance of the same solution same cell when filled with 0.02 molar KCl solution is 520 ohms. 520 ohms. So start. Calculate the molar conductance of 0.02 molar KCl. So in bracket, cell constant is given. Cell constant equals cell constant. Specific conductance kappa of 0.1 molar KCl equals 1.29 ohm minus 1 meter minus 1 ohm minus 1 meter minus 1. So this is the problem. In this problem, resistance is given, specific conductance is given. First you determine the cell constant and then determine kappa for the solution, this solution, KCl solution, and resistance is given. Then calculate molar conductance using the formula. So first determine the cell constant, specific conductance is given, resistance is given for KCl. Determine the cell constant for by using 0.1 molar KCl solution. Then we have to determine molar conductivity for KCl solution of this concentration. Here concentration is given and then resistance is given. Then determine the specific conductance for this solution and then molar conductance. So dear students, yesterday we have studied what is specific conductance or conductivity and molar conductance of electrolytic solutions. So what is conductivity or specific conductance? So it is the conductance of solution placed between two electrodes of 1 meter apart and having an area of cross section 1 meter square. It is also defined as the conductivity of 1 meter cube of solution is known as conductivity or specific conductance. So then what is molar conductance? Molar conductance is the conducting power of all the ions produced by 1 mole of an electrolyte. It is also defined as the conductivity of a solution containing 1 mole of an electrolyte is known as molar conductivity. Conductivity of 1 meter cube of solution is known as specific conductance or conductivity. So today we will study how these two conductivities, namely conductivity and molar conductivity, varies with dilution or decrease in concentration. So first of all we will know conductivity of a solution. Conductivity of a solution. So both specific conductivity conductance or molar conductance depends on number 1, number of ions in the solution, and number 2, velocity of the ions. Velocity of the ions. So conductivity of any solution depends upon number of ions in the solution and also the velocity of the ions in the solution. So here we will know what is the effect of dilution or decrease in concentration of conductivity. First we will know conductivity. Specific conductance. It is also called as what? Conductivity. It is represented as kappa. Specific conductance or conductivity decreases with decrease in concentration or dilution. This is very important. So, specific conductance or conductivity decreases with decrease in concentration. How to decrease the concentration? By the addition of more amount of solvent, which is called dilution. When, for example, so here is a solution. Say for example, 1 liter of solution, NaCl solution, 1 liter of solution. Suppose there are 100 or 1000 molecules in this solution. So it is 1 liter solution and the number of ions in this solution is 1000. So when this solution is diluted, what happens? Say for example, if it is diluted to 2 liters, so I will add another 1 liter of water. So what about the number of ions per liter? The number of ions per liter decreases. These 1000 molecules distributes between these 2 liters. Namely, originally there were 1000 molecules. Now there are 500 molecules here, 500 molecules here. Therefore, the number of molecules or ions decreases by dilution. So, when the number of ions decreases, concentration of the solution decreases. The number of ions decreases, conductivity also decreases, because the first factor which influences conductivity is number of ions. So, on dilution, what is conductivity? It is the conductivity of 1 meter cube of solution. Suppose it is 1 meter cube of solution, it contains 1000 molecules. When it is diluted with another 1 meter cube of solution, the number of ions per meter cube decreases. When the number of ions per meter cube decreases, the specific conductivity also decreases. So this is the meaning of this one. Specific conductance or conductivity decreases with decrease in concentration. When the concentration decreases, when by the addition of solvent, the concentration of the solution decreases. That is the meaning of dilution. What is dilution? Addition of solvent is called decretion. When the solvent is added, concentration of the solution decreases. When the concentration decreases, number of ions in the solution decreases. When the number of ions decreases, conductivity decreases. So that is, specific conductance kappa is directly proportional to C. That means concentration. When concentration decreases, specific conductance also decreases, which is inversely proportional to volume of solution, which is called dilution. So what is the reason for decrease in specific conductance? So on dilution, the number of ions per unit volume decreases, and hence conductivity decreases. This is for both strong and weak electrolytes. So this is very important. So what is the effect of dilution on specific conductance? The specific conductance decreases with decrease in concentration or dilution for both strong and weak electrolytes. For both strong and weak electrolytes. This is because on dilution, on adding more amount of solvent, the number of ions per unit volume decreases and hence conductivity decreases for both strong and weak electrolytes. Now let us study how the molar conductance varies with dilution. What is molar conductivity? It is the conductivity of a solution containing 1 mole of solvent. Suppose this is a solution containing 1 mole of solute. Say for example, what is sodium chloride formula NaCl, and its atomic mass of sodium is 23 plus chlorine is 35.5, totally 58.5 gram is the molecular mass of sodium chloride. 58.5 gram of sodium chloride is called 1 mole of sodium chloride. 1 mole of sodium chloride. So if suppose 1 mole of sodium chloride, 58.5 gram of sodium chloride is dissolved in 1 liter of its solution. In 1 liter of solution, the molarity of this solution is 1 molar. So the conductivity of this 1 molar solution is known as molar conductivity. Conductivity of solution containing 1 mole of an electrolyte is known as molar conductivity. Now what happens when this dilution is increased? For example, if it is diluted to 2 liters, what happens? So this 2 liters of, we are bothered about the amount of solute present in this 2 liter solution. So what is molar conductivity? Conductivity of a solution containing 1 mole of an electrolyte. Now what is the quantity of electrolyte present in this solution? In 1 liter also 1 mole, in 2 liters also 1 mole of solute is there. Now what happens to the molar conductivity? So molar conductivity of both strong and weak electrolytes increases with decrease in concentration or dilution. So specific conductance or conductivity decreases with dilution. Molar conductivity increases with decrease in concentration or dilution. This is because, that is, lambda m is directly proportional to V. If the volume of the solution is increased, molar conductivity increases and it is inversely proportional to concentration. When volume is increased, concentration decreases and then also molar conductivity increases. So this is because reason why molar conductivity increases with dilution. For strong electrolytes like NaCl, KCl, how molar conductivity increases with dilution? For strong electrolytes like NaCl, KCl, on dilution, by the addition of solvent, comma, the number of ions, on dilution, what happens? The inter-ionic forces decreases. Inter-ionic forces decreases, comma, velocity of the ions increases, and hence molar conductance increases. That is, molar conductance increases. So, in case of strong electrolytes, what happens? For example, here sodium chloride solution is there. So, here there are so many sodium ions and chloride ions. Sodium ions and chloride ions. So, suppose this is 1 liter of solution. Now, there is a strong force of attraction between sodium ions and chloride ions, since the number of ions are more in 1 liter of its solution. Therefore, the velocity of these ions becomes less when there is great force of attraction. When the attractive forces between these ions are more, these ions cannot move freely from one electrode to another electrode. As a result, the conductivity decreases. When this solution is diluted, what happens? These ions go far away from each other. This is sodium ions and this one is chloride ions. The distance between the ions increases on dilution. As a result, the attractive forces between the ions decreases. When the attractive forces decreases, the velocity of the molecules increases, and hence the molar conductivity increases in case of strong electrolytes. So, this is the reason why the molar conductivity increases with decrease in concentration or dilution. So, for weak electrolytes example, acetic acid CH3COOH or ammonium hydroxide, etc. How dilution increases molar conductivity? So, I told you for both strong and weak electrolyte, what happens? Molar conductivity increases with dilution. So, now you understood how the molar conductivity for strong electrolyte increases. For a strong electrolyte, on dilution, the interionic forces decreases, velocity increases, and molar conductivity increases for strong electrolytes. For weak electrolytes, say for example, CH3COOH is a weak electrolyte. It dissociates partially to give CH3COO minus ions and H plus ions. Since it is a weak electrolyte, degree of dissociation is less. Here alpha, which is called degree of dissociation. So, say for example, out of 100 molecules, if 40 molecules undergo dissociation, then alpha is equal to 40 divided by 100 and it is equal to 0.4. Now, if this solution is diluted, what happens? The dissociation of acetic acid increases. That means, instead of 40 molecules, 60 molecules undergo dissociation and alpha increases 0.6. So, in case of weak electrolytes, on dilution, the dissociation of weak electrolytes increases and their degree of dissociation increases, the number of ions increases and hence molar conductivity increases. So, for weak electrolytes, write down on dilution. So remember, on dilution concentration of the solution decreases. On dilution what happens here? The degree of dissociation of the weak electrolyte increases and hence the number of ions in the solution increases and hence molar conductivity lambda m increases. So finally what conclusion we can draw? Explain the variation of conductivity and molar conductivity. So specific conductivity or conductivity decreases with dilution. Specific conductance or conductivity decreases with dilution. Molar conductivity increases with dilution. Specific conductance decreases with dilution. Molar conductivity increases with dilution. Dilution means addition of more solvent. So if more solvent is added, concentration of the solution decreases. So specific conductance decreases with dilution or decreases with decrease in concentration. Molar conductivity increases with dilution or decrease in concentration. So this is the outcome of this question. Now how it increases, how it decreases, for that one we have to know that conductivity of any solution depends upon number of ions in the solution, velocity of the ions. So on dilution what happens? Number of ions per unit volume decreases, therefore specific conductance decreases for both strong and weak electrolytes. So on dilution molar conductance increases for both strong and weak electrolytes. This is because in case of strong electrolytes on dilution interionic forces decreases. As the interionic forces decreases, velocity of the molecules increases and hence molar conductivity increases. In case of weak electrolytes on dilution, degree of dissociation of weak electrolytes increases, number of ions increases and hence molar conductivity increases. Now the relationship between molar conductivity and concentration. So as we know, molar conductivity increases with dilution or increases with decrease in concentration. Write down the relationship between molar conductivity lambda m and concentration of the solution C is given by Debye-Hückel-Onsager equation, that is lambda m is equal to lambda m naught minus a into root of c, where lambda m equals molar conductivity, lambda m naught equals limiting molar conductivity, and C equals concentration of the solution, and A equals a constant for a given solvent. A is a constant for a given solvent at constant temperature. So this equation is called Debye-Onsager equation. Now let us understand what is limiting molar conductivity. Lambda m0. So this is also very important. So Debye equation is also important. Limiting molar conductivity is also important. Say for example, this is a solution. So 1 liter of solution containing 1 mole of an electrolyte. The conductivity of this solution is known as molar conductivity. So if you go on increasing the volume of the solution by diluting the solution, what happens? Lambda m increases with dilution. We have heard this one. So if you go on increasing the volume of the solution, molar conductivity also goes on increasing. So at one point the dilution becomes unlimited. So if you increase the volume of the solution, or if you go on adding the solvent, concentration of the solution decreases. At one point, at infinite dilution, concentration of solution becomes zero. So the molar conductivity of solution at infinite dilution or zero concentration is known as limiting molar conductivity. What is limiting molar conductivity? The molar conductivity of a solution of an electrolyte at infinite dilution or zero concentration is called limiting molar conductivity. So is called limiting molar conductivity. It is represented as lambda m0. Lambda m is molar conductivity, 0 means at zero concentration. So molar conductivity of a solution of an electrolyte at infinite dilution, the solution is diluted to that extent that its concentration is almost zero. The molar conductivity of solution at very infinite dilution or zero concentration is called limiting molar conductivity lambda m0. So here lambda m0 is known as limiting molar conductivity. So now let us study what is Debye-Huckel-Onsager equation. The relationship between the molar conductivity lambda m and concentration of the solution of an electrolyte is given by Debye-Huckel-Onsager equation. The relationship between molar conductivity and concentration of the solution of an electrolyte is given by Debye-Huckel-Onsager equation. That is lambda m equals lambda m naught minus A into root C. This equation is called Debye-Huckel-Onsager equation. Here what is lambda m equals? This is molar conductivity at concentration C, and lambda m0 equals limiting molar conductivity or molar conductivity at zero concentration. Limiting molar conductivity is nothing but molar conductivity at zero concentration. Now let us study the graphical representation of variation of molar conductivity lambda m with concentration for strong electrolyte in bracket KCl and for weak electrolyte in bracket acetic acid. So this is also very important. Graphical representation of variation of molar conductivity lambda m with concentration for strong electrolyte and for weak electrolyte. So the variation or the relationship between molar conductivity and concentration is given by Debye-Huckel equation. We know the Debye-Huckel equation lambda m equals lambda m0 minus A into root C. So here lambda m is molar conductivity. This is lambda m0 is molar conductivity at infinite dilution and C is the molar concentration, and A equals is a constant. A is a constant for a given solvent solvent at constant temperature. Lambda m equals molar conductivity. Lambda m0 equals limiting molar conductivity. So, this is an expression for a straight line. Expression for a straight line. It is in the form of an expression for a straight line. So now let us study for strong electrolytes. For strong electrolytes like KCl. For strong electrolyte like KCl, the plot of lambda m versus root C is a straight line with negative slope. Is a straight line with negative slope. Say for example, so if you plot lambda m versus root C, here lambda m, what is lambda m? Molar conductivity. Here molar conductivity is expressed in Siemens meter square mole minus 1 in SI system. So concentration is in moles per meter cube. So if you plot lambda m versus root C for strong electrolytes like KCl, it is a straight line with negative slope like this. So if you extrapolate this curve, it will meet at the y-axis. So this indicates what? Lambda m0. So this is the molar conductivity at 0 concentration. So this intercept indicates lambda m0 and slope of this curve. Slope equals minus a. Therefore, with negative slope, by extrapolating the curve to 0 concentration, by extrapolating the curve to 0 concentration, we can get what? Lambda m0. What is lambda m0? Limiting molar conductivity for strong electrolytes. So we can determine limiting molar conductivity for strong electrolyte by extrapolating this curve to meet the y-axis at 0 concentration, which indicates molar conductivity at 0 concentration. So you may ask in the examination, write lambda m versus root C curve for KCl. You have to write a straight line graph. If you extrapolate this straight line graph to y-axis, this meets at y-axis at 0 concentration, which gives the value of limiting molar conductivity of the strong electrolyte. Next, for weak electrolytes. For weak electrolyte like CH3COOH, acetic acid, you may ask in the examination, write lambda m versus root C curve for weak electrolyte like acetic acid. You have to do like this. For weak electrolytes like CH3COOH, the plot of lambda m versus root C is not a straight line. So it is like this. So this is lambda m versus root c. Lambda m is in Siemens meter square mole minus 1, and this is root c. The curve is not a straight line and it is like this. So this is for weak electrolyte. Weak electrolyte, namely CH3COOH for acetic acid. This is for strong electrolyte. Strong electrolyte like KCl. For strong electrolytes, the curve is a straight line from which we can determine limiting molar conductivity. But in case of weak electrolyte, the curve is not a straight line, it is of this shape. Therefore, the lambda m naught for weak electrolytes cannot be determined by graph. This is because at very low concentration the conductivity of weak electrolyte cannot be determined because the concentration is very less. How it can be determined then? So lambda m0 for weak electrolytes can be determined by Kohlrausch law. So limiting molar conductivity for weak electrolytes cannot be determined from the graph because the curve is not a straight line. This is because the conductivity of weak electrolyte at very low concentration cannot be determined, but lambda m naught for weak electrolytes can be determined by Kohlrausch law, which will be discussed in the next class.